So, time and time again, what I see is that things that students think are simple, they don't put enough time into. And when that happens, you make simple mistakes that cause you a lot of trouble. So what we want to do is even though this section is strictly review and most of you are perfectly happy with this topic, I want to do some of them and have you do some of them. Because for two reasons. It leads us into the factorizing, which is the next thing we're going to talk about. But it also helps you see some things and work on some things in isolation so that you can catch some simple mistakes that students make. Okay? So we're just going to talk about brackets and specifically multiplying brackets. And we're going to look at some that have more where we're multiplying two brackets together, and then we're going to look at some where we're multiplying three brackets together. Then we're going to look at some where we have exponents and some where we have monomials. So there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's all the same rule. Okay? As long as you'll let it be the same rule. Now, there is one word that I hate worse than any other in mathematics language. I hate it. I understand why it's done. It's done so that you can factorize, but it causes more students. I swear to you, back in the States at least, I could follow students and they're fine with math, fine with math, fine with math, fine with math, and then their teacher says FOIL, and they're not fine with math anymore. Because it starts looking as if you need a special voodoo method for everything. Now, if you understand FOIL and what it means and how to use it, fine. But instead of some goofy rule that works sometimes, why not have one rule that works for all brackets? All right? So if you like FOIL, go ahead. I'm fine with it. Just don't ever say it to me, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about multiplying brackets. All right. To multiply brackets, simply multiply, there's really only one step, multiply every term from the first bracket. I want you to also appreciate how hard it is for me not to write parentheses too. Times every term in the second bracket and here's where I'm going to use some capital letters, in order. If you do them in order, then you don't have to worry about it. And what I mean by in order is, let's say that I have the first term plus the second term times the third term plus the fourth term. Okay? I'm going to go to bright red because okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but we're back. So, we're multiplying brackets. And so we're just going to take everything in the first one times everything in the second one. In order. So, In other words, this is the first term. I'm going to use it times everything in the second bracket. Then I'll move to the second term. Okay? So first, multiply the first term times every term in the second bracket. 2. Multiply the second term times every term in the second bracket. And finally, third, combine or collect, whichever word you prefer, like terms. Okay? And that's all there is to it. Now, I want to go through one really quickly, but then we're about to run out of time. So, say we have x minus 7 times x minus 2. So my first term is x. I'm going to distribute it through the second one. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. Now I'm done with the x. We'll use the negative 7. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. Negative 7 times negative 2 is positive 14. This is going to be good practice with your sign rules. And these two middle terms are like terms, so therefore they can be combined. Again, watch your signs. And there's your completed answer. Okay? I know you've done millions of these, but there's still an issue.